Okay, and all right, we have a exam today, and it will start at 1:15, and so we're only going to go for half an hour today, and I was going to, it was on the schedule that we would do 11.1 today. I decided not to do that. We'll just review instead. But the section that we did yesterday, exponential and logarithmic models, was kind of tricky. So are there any questions first with regard to that? Okay, if there's no question. Yes.
I have a quick question that's not necessarily homework related.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to double check. We do have class this next Tuesday, correct?
No.
No?
During final exams week, the only thing that happens is final exams. There's no classes. So today is the last day of class. And then the final is next Thursday. Next Tuesday, we don't meet. No classes are going on.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's good.
I have another question.
Yes.
So we don't have class on Tuesday, but we do have the exam on Thursday, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then on Canvas, I saw that you posted the review on Monday. Do we have to submit it on Monday, or can we submit it on Tuesday?
Okay, let's take a look at Canvas. All right, let's go to this course. Okay, so a reminder again on announcements. This math department activity. You get 5 extra credit points for doing this activity. You just click on this link and work through that, and that adds to your homework. All right, now if we look at the modules, let me go back home in our student view. Okay, so there's a final exam review, and that is due on Monday, December 7th. Okay, and then once you have submitted that assignment, let me come back. Come to the final exam review with errors corrected. This is not available. It becomes available on December 7th, Monday at 12:30. And this has the answers to the final exam review. And when it becomes available, you get into this, you see the answers, and it has a submit button just like the other one did. So you are to submit your corrections on the final exam review. So final exam review is due Monday at 12:30, and then you work on getting everything correct in that and uploading that. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, any other questions?
Hi, Mr. Shankin.
Yes. Hi.
So I missed what you said about the homework just now. I just got in.
Okay, let me repeat it. The final exam review is due Monday at 12:30. And Monday at 12:30, there's another thing that's available, becomes available, the final exam review with errors corrected. You go in there, you'll see a file that has all the answers for the final exam review. But then it also has an upload button where you upload your corrections for that final exam review.
Mr. Shankin?
Yes.
I was talking about there was something like a department required homework or something, you said?
Ah, that is in the announcements. Math department activity. Action required. I mean, it's required. We really want you to do it, but we don't penalize you if you don't do it. But we do give you extra credit if you do it. 5 points of extra credit if you participate with this. Okay? Math department really does want you to do that. We get some group data on how students are thinking because of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So anything else? Any other questions?
Mr. Shankin,
Yes.
when I looked at the calendar for the final exam,
Yeah.
well, just like for our math class, the final exam, they both had different times that they were due. There were 2 finals. But
Let me look. All right.
and so one's due at 2:15 and one's due at 2:30.
Let me. All right. If we go into student view modules.
I was looking at the calendar, but yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look this way first. All right. So this is the final exam, and it says it starts at 12:30. Now let me leave student view. And this one says it's going to be done 12:30 to 2:30. Now,
Okay.
in assignments, there might be another one. Once in a while, there's a duplicate here. And okay, that's the one on December.
See, there. Right there.
So there's 2 of them. You are right. So this one, I have to unpublish. Okay, although it wasn't in the modules, it'll show up in strange places like perhaps the calendar if it's here in the assignments list. Okay, so.
So is it due at 2:15 or 2:30?
All right, now.
Because that one says 2:15 and the other one said 2:30, and I was very confused.
Not available till December. Oh, you're right. All right. Maybe this is the right one, and this is the wrong one. And let me check by going in. This one. Yeah, that was the wrong one. It doesn't have anything in it. Okay. And this is the right one. That's got the final exam. All right, and there's a formula sheet that you'll see. You get to click on it. You get to use this formula sheet during the final exam. So you don't have to memorize the formulas. You'll have all these available. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, then let's go.
I actually have one last quick question.
Yeah.
On Thursday, the exam is open at 12:30. Do we have to sign into Discord before the exam to show that we are there or anything, or do we just go for it?
I'll be on Discord in case anybody has any questions. But no, you don't have to sign in on Discord or anything like that. But
Okay.
if you had any questions, that's a way to reach me, or you could send me an email during the exam. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so practice quiz problem number 1. See the circle below. The line segment through the points 1, 2, and there it is, and 9, 8, if you made a line segment through those two, it would pass right through the very center of the circle. Find the coordinate of the center of the circle and find the diameter, the distance here, and find the diameter of the circle. So let me give you all a little bit of time to work on this. Another minute. Okay, so if I draw the line segment between these two, the center of the circle is going to be the midpoint between these two. And the formula for the midpoint is you average the x coordinates, average the y coordinates. So the midpoint is 1 plus 9 over 2, and then 8 plus 2 over 2, or the midpoint is 10 over 2, which is 5, 10 over 2, which is 5. 5 over, 5 up, that's the midpoint. And the diameter of the circle is the distance between those 2 points. The distance we find by the distance formula. The difference in the x's. Now the difference in the x coordinates will actually tell you that length. And then the difference in the y coordinates, that will tell you this height. And these are parts of a triangle. So this is equal to 9 minus 1, 8 minus 2, 64 plus 36, square root of 100, which is 10. So distance equals diameter equals 10. Alright, so give a little feedback on problem number 1. Okay. So we had learned these formulas, and we kind of now had a situation to put them into practice. All right. Now, number 2. On day 7, you have $24 in the bank. From day 7 to day 15, you deposited the same amount of money each day in the bank. On day 15, you had $72 in the bank. X will represent the day number, Y is the dollars in the bank. Create a modeling equation with X and Y. And in part B, you're going to use that equation to find out how much money you have in the bank on day 365. Assume no interest was earned. So I'm going to give you a little time for that. Okay, 30 seconds more. Okay, if you didn't finish it, it's fine. I might draw a little graph of this situation. Didn't ask us to, but the input would be the day number, and the output would be the amount of money that you have. And on day 7, you have $24. Now this isn't really how we make a graph. You do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, but I don't want to spend the time. So on day 15, we have 72. And since we were putting the same amount of money in every day, we're going to go up in a straight line like this. Now this is the 0.724, the 0.15, 72. And the modeling equation is just the equation of this line. So how do we find the equation of a line? First step is we find the slope. The difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. Alright, so it'd be 68 if you subtract 4, and then 48, and then this would be 8, and 48 divided by 8 is 6. So the slope turns out to be 6. And then, how do I write the equation of a line if I know its slope and 1 or 2 of its points? There are various ways you can do it, but one way is you use the point slope form. Y minus y1 equal m x minus x1. And I'll use y minus 24. I'll use this first point for this because it has smaller numbers. Equals 6 x minus 7. So y minus 24 equals 6x minus 42. 7 times 6 is 42. And then I add 24. And I'm going to get y equals 6x minus 18. 32, 42. Okay. Y equals 6x minus 18 is the modeling equation. And then I'm going to use my equation to find out, well, x was the day number. So on day 365 means I just plug that 365 in for this x. And then I'm going to have y equals 6 times 365. Now 6 really was the slope. That was how much money you were putting in every day. $6 per day is being deposited. Minus 18. Pull out my calculator. 6 times 365 minus 18. I have $2,172, and that's with no interest. That's just how much I've put in. Alright, so give me a little feedback on number 2 here. Go to number 3. Write h of x, which is the same as f of x equals square root of x, but is vertically stretched by a factor of 2, shifted left 5 and up 1, then draw h of x, draw f of x as a dotted curve. If it's been a long time you can't remember, it would be very important to still guess, see what you're getting, what you can still remember, and what in your memory banks needs refreshing. Okay, 30 seconds more. Alright, so before I start this, I'm going to draw f of x. Square root of x is the upper half of a sideways parabola, like this. When the inputs are negative, you can't take square root of negative numbers. That's why it doesn't show up to the left of the x-axis, or the y-axis. And it grows slowly. By the time you get over to 25, you're only up to 5. By the time you go all the way to 100, you're only up to 10. So it's growing very slowly. It's got, we might put a thick dot at the end right here. When the input is 0, the output is 0, but the graph ends there. It doesn't go to the left to that point. Alright, now h of x is, we're going to vertically stretch by a factor of 2. So we just take this first part, vertically stretch by a factor of 2. What do I do to the square root of x to vertically stretch by a factor of 2? It's like this. That's my first part of making my h of x. What does that do to every single point? Their height, because the input x is how far you go left or right. The output f of x is the height. Every height just got doubled. So this thing is like this. All the heights were doubled. Now, but let's go to the next part. It's the first attempt at h of x. Then it shifted left 5. How do I shift it left 5? Like that. I replace the x. My first instinct would be to left 5 is the left direction, so it should be x minus 5. But then I remember, holy cow, when you do a right or left shift, a horizontal transformation, it's opposite of its sign. So we need a plus 5 to cause it to shift to the left 5 units. What that does is it shifts this graph over here. Let's make this a bit longer. Call it negative 5. It sends this point over to here. And then we still have the one that goes up higher. Like this. Okay, and then let's go to the last thing. H of x. It's also shifted up 1. That sends us up 1 directly from this. So just shift 1 key point, the starting point, and then do my graph, and then it's going to be doing this kind of thing up here. Now it probably should go up higher. Okay, and like that, and this is my h of x, my final h of x. Alright, a little feedback on number 3. Right, and that takes us out of time here. So we're going to stop here. The exam opens up in 15 minutes. You have a 15-minute break, and then the next time that we formally have class is at the final exam, which is a week from today, next Thursday, December 10th. It's been a pleasure working with you all this semester. And good luck on the exam. Any questions?
I had a question about the practice exam.
Yes.
I didn't understand part 3, and I thought it was A, but in the exam answer sheet it said that it was B.
So on the practice exam,
Yes.
for exam 3, alright, hang on a second. I'll get there quicker if we go home. I go student view, modules. All right, which problem again?
Part 3 of number 1.
Oh. All right, you are right. I think I didn't realize that there was a double. These first two terms were. I think when I made the key, I was thinking that was the leading coefficient, -3. But you have to combine these two like terms to become +6, and then it's up on the far. So this should be A. You are correct. So number 1, part 3. Let me fix that. The real answer is A. Thank you. Who is this?
This is Vanessa.
Vanessa. Thanks very much.
I changed it on the second exam, on the one that we had to turn in this morning, to B. So can I like resubmit it so that I get that one correct?
I won't mark it wrong.
Okay.
I'll give everybody credit for that. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Shankin,
Yes.
I was really busy this morning, and so I wasn't able to submit my corrections before class. Can I email those to you?
Yeah, you can.
Can I email it to you?
You can email them to me right now. Yep, that'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, it might be a moment. I don't have all of my stuff with me. I'm in the process of moving back home because we had a fire.
Okay. Get it as soon as you can. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anything else? Any other questions? Comments? All right. Let me stop the video.